Hello everyone. Since season 3 is only 10 days away, I thought I'd make a video on the changes that could make Arena Breakout better for both new players and veterans. These are things that, in my experience, feel frustrating or are just unnecessary burden on the players. So buckle up, grab your chips and chopcorn and popcorn, whatever they call it. It's not like the devs see this video and be like, oh, wow, what a great idea. But you guys have to ask for it. First thing we're going to talk about is the party creator fix, squad making. We all know how disappointing the current party system is. In the most games, if you want to play as a squad, you get a squad. But in ABI, players who try to create a party often end up solo versus squads, and that is simply unfair. The game should make players wait a bit longer and until they are matched into a proper team. At least 3 players, I would say, maybe 2. The downside is that a queue could take a longer time, and not everyone has the patience to wait. But that is what is needed. The amount of times that I create a party and I try to go inside the game, and then I just be solo, it is very unfair because I will face 4 tier 6s instead of 1 tier 6 guy. So, especially on times where I just want to play TV Station the whole time, I don't want to go other maps. And if TV Station solo ops is locked, Northridge is open, and if I want to play TV Station still, I have to go to squads, and I might play solo versus squads because the party doesn't work. And this just goes for any other map where players want to play as a squad. Yeah, we need a big fix for this. As a full stack developer, UI is very important to me, and I see it in this game that is lacking a little bit. For example, this label automatch. What is that even? What does that even mean? Maybe rename it to autofill? If I was to think about automatch, it might mean it's gonna match up automatically. Or the visible to team. What does that even mean? What is visible to team? We should add helpers to these things in togglers so that new players know what they are. An example would be the loot priority toggle. You just click it, a modal opens, a pop-up, and then you see the information. And the lobby creation also needs more flexibility. Adding a description field would allow players to specify what kind of team they are looking for, like English only. I mean, now we have the languages, you can filter them. But where's the UI where I can change anything of my party? Basically, I'm just looking for custom descriptions. Maybe this will be the title always, and this should be a little area where I can maybe put 50 words inside there, where I can specify my lobby type. And the filters, that would help players to make party easier and teams easier without having to go to separate applications like Discord. Not a lot of people want to go to Discord and they just want to use the in-game UI, but this is very hard today because if you apply and the party leader doesn't like your gear, they just kick you out. So if we just do the things before people have to waste their time, it would be a lot nicer. Some might argue that this might create some kind of gatekeeping, but the gatekeeping is already there. If you apply to the party, they don't like you, they are gonna kick you out. So this is just a step to prevent that bad behavior. It's not a bad behavior, but you get my point. Before the player gets kicked out, he just doesn't go in. So yeah. Also, for the filters here, I think we do need a cache saver that memorizes my filters, because the filter is annoying, first of all. When I filter this, I go, for example, English, and I choose a map like, this is a modes, and I click search. And if I join a team, this will close, and then if I open it again, if I don't like the team or they kick me out, I have to come here, do the same thing again. It would be nice if this is all saved. One more thing that we all need and know we need is fix lockdown gear abuse. This is very bad for the game. People who can afford to go to Forbidden, they will go there. People who don't want to play normal because it's boring will go to lockdown. A lot of casuals just want to play lockdown. They don't want to sweat. They want to chill. And players who don't want to play against sweaters, lockdown is basically the chill zone for every type of player. The amount of tier 6s that we see in lockdown is diabolical. It should not be allowed. Just because something is in the game doesn't mean it's right. This is a bad design by the game and it needs a fix. We need to stop tier 6 players from abusing lower tier players. We need to either cap it by value or level 6 shouldn't be allowed at all. Now we all know how bad the firing range is. It is to some degree good. I mean, the game is quite new, especially on PC, but I do think it has one of the poorest and worst firing ranges of all other games. Every other game allows you to come in with a friend or a teammate. You can 1v1. You have two sides of a field where you can maybe fight each other, turn on friendly fire, revive, test out guns, grenades, and stuff on each other. We need an expansion on this map. And also, if you're not gonna do that, one thing that we really need is we need to modify the screen. Help us identify damage on the dummy to a degree where I can see each part of the dummy and the damage they take, just like my own indicator. Another thing that I wanted to talk about is the timer saves. In a good scenario, two people will rush to the save and the one that activates it gets the save. This is not always the case. I've been in that situation myself where I've been naded by my teammates, or they have mollied me while I was trying to take the save, or they just try to steal the save. It would be nice if the person who activates the save first gets a 30-second loot priority on that save. That will, I think, solve a lot of issues. Next thing that I was thinking about was a extra tab for ammo box. Basically an ammo box for each ammo type. There is one slot that stacks up ammo up to 500 or 1000, and after that 1000 reach is limit, we cannot drag our ammo inside that ammo box anymore, and so players can decide to sell the remaining ammo either or just save it in their storage. But it's not gonna be messy like this. I have ammo placed in every backpack. I could definitely see ways of players abusing this feature, but with a limiter there's not a lot of room for that. It's just for casual players that keep getting ammo and ammo. They can place some amount of ammo in the ammo box, and the rest that they get, they just sell it because they don't want to place it in their storage. It's just a nice feature, I think, to have. Some people might say the market ammo snipers might get advantage of this and use this feature to even buy more ammo and sell more ammo, but those people will never run out of storage. They always have storage for ammo reselling, so that is not an issue, I think. Another feature that is just a nice to have is the bulk selling. This does a great job at selling stuff and clearing our storage, but it could be improved by a lot, where we can, for example, if I was to filter these ones out, these values should change to the market value first of all, and secondly, if I could have a filter where I could say anything below that market's value I want to delete or just sell it to the contact. That would be a very nice addition and helps us save some time. Another nice to have feature would be the key highlighters. For example, the main guest key should be highlighted on the map, or the 201 key should be highlighted so that players know where the key positions are, and this will always be up to date if the game decides to remove some keys or add some keys. Alright, thank you very much for watching. That was it for me. We do know about the red ammo issue and the naked SJs and forbiddens. That is a hot topic still. If you have any other ideas, let us know in the comments. Thank you very much. Peace!